look like a dope thief. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his grocery list. Now why this bitch tryna look at my snap? I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this button, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these facts. Let me lay, waist snatch, ass fat, straight facts. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jam jumping on my dick. That's why they call it trampoline. Babe, like a Monday, go rock a body. This is sweet, pussy static. That just for plastic. I said, babe, it's the snake. He said it's the entree. With them pretty ass twins who look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, He can tell from the front, I got ass behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, And my bitches with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all bloody good, so don't be talking sideways. These bitches salty, they sodium, they jelly, petroleum. Always talking in the background, don't never come to the podium. Chef Cardi B, I'm cooking up, I see you hoes at the stove again. While you hoes was sleeping on me, I'm in 40 bands by Tokyo. Baby taking shots, miss, X and O, kiss. Everything your nigga want, I'm like a fucking wish list. I don't understand what this hate is about. How you gon' say your man gay when my name in your mouth? I do the bed like a Monday, go rock a Friday. This is sweet, pussy static. That's just for plastic. I said, babe, it's the snake. He said it's the entree. With them pretty ass twins who look like Beyonce. Looking like money back, 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 He can tell from the front, I got ass behind me. And I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway. Looking like money back, 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 And my bitches with me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids. And they all bloody good, so don't be talking sideways.
What's going on, Conscious Crew? It is your favorite breakdown commentator, CTV. Welcome back to another riveting episode of the Consciouztv platform. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. I am tired as hell. So I am pushing through, girl, but I had to come through and give you guys this quick update. I do have a live scheduled at 5 o'clock, girl. We got to get into Miss Nicki Minaj, girl. Let me tell you, that live stream is going to be jam-packed. So I hope you guys have your seatbelts on and you buckled in safely, girl, because we're going to be doing some traveling, girl. We're going to be getting into some multifaceted themes regarding how retrograde got Miss Onika on her bald-headed oh shit, okay? So while Miss Onika is doubling down on her devilment, baby, Cardi B, okay, is trying to get on the right side of the Lord. Okay, so we will get into that today. Before we get deep off into this, I want you guys to definitely give me a thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. You guys have been doing so amazing with the thumbing up on the videos. I truly appreciate this. We went live yesterday and was able to get the 1K likes, okay? Like in real time. Like super dope. And shout out to the 1K in the chat from yesterday. You guys also know that I reported earlier this week on Cardi B regarding her 2018 stripper club brawl incident, okay? And if you're looking for nuance to that story, definitely check out that commentary, okay? Because I took you guys from the beginning to the end, leading all the way up to this point. So just make sure you go back in the catalog. I think I reported on this Tuesday, that is, okay? So Cardi B stepped into court this morning, girl, and she pled guilty. But before we get into that, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up this video. If you are new here, definitely hit the subscribe button, because if I like it here, you're going to absolutely love it. And shout out to all of the new subbies, girl. We have literally been growing by the day, okay? So love you all, appreciate you all. Make sure that your notification bell is set to all, because you never know what day or hour the king shall be kinging. Okay? Also, if you don't mind, please share the stream out on your community wall, on your Facebook, on your Instagram, girl, wherever you have digital community at. Get the word out. You guys know that we are a polyamory community over here, girl. So y'all can't be stingy with this cootie cat, girl. I know it's good and it's thick and it's juicy, okay? But it's enough CTV to go around for everybody. So you can't be stingy, girl. You got to share me out so we can continue to build upon our polyamory family over here. Okay? And before I move on and into the thick of it, let me go ahead and shout out my donators and contributors. Thank you so much, Teresa, and thank you so much, Anya, for your seed. God bless you, honey. Y'all already getting it started, honey. I guess Mr. King been putting in that work, honey. Y'all asked the king to come off vacation. I couldn't even enjoy vacation, girl. I was in Philly and in Atlantic City for a week, child. And y'all just beg the bitch and beg the bitch and beg the bitch and beg the bitch to get off vacation, honey, to get back into the grit of things. So, girl, I'm here and I've been shutting it down ever since I came off vacation, okay? Meeting all of your needs, honey. Okay, so shout out to Anya and shout out to Teresa. God bless y'all 10 times over. Thank you so much, honey. Getting the party started right already, okay? So with no further ado, girl, let's go ahead and push the fuck on through, okay?
I know a place where you can recharge your soul.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
And in the midst of brokenness, he gon' see your asshole.
Baby, that's Consciouztv.
You gon' heal, you gon' laugh and catch a little shade.
Ooh, girl.
Y'all know he be slaying, y'all better stop playing. Come hear what he's saying.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Okay, you guys, so let's just move straight into it. This is not going to be a long live. This is really just an update. Thank you guys for the 101 likes on the video. Let's get this up to 250 if we can. Thank you. But with no further ado, girl, hip-hop superstar Cardi B drawn out legal battle involving two bartenders from a strip club in New York who were allegedly having an affair with her husband Offset that resulted in a bottle throwing, fist punching match between the rapper's entourage and the Angel strip club employees has finally come to a conclusion. Let's get into some of the fine details here, okay? The first article that we're going to pull from is courtesy of The Guardian, you guys, okay? Shout out to The Guardian. As you guys are piling into the sanctuary, make sure that you are thumbing up the video and that you are also subscribing if you are new here, girl. So let's get into Miss Guardian, girl, okay? The Guardian reports that Cardi B pleads guilty to assault charges, quote, "I've made some bad decisions." The rapper has been sentenced to 15 days of community service as well as being instructed to pay court fees to her victims. Cardi B has pleaded guilty to assault charges related to a fight at a New York strip club in 2018. The rapper was set to go to trial this week, but accepted a plea deal which avoids prison time. It results in her being charged with third-degree assault and second-degree reckless endangerment, while 10 other charges were dismissed. She has been sentenced to 15 days of community service and has been ordered to stay away from the women who were involved for 3 years while also paying their court fees. Quote, "No one is above the law," the Queens District Attorney Melinda Katz said after the sentencing. Prosecutors claimed that Cardi B threw objects, including champagne bottles, at two sisters who were bartenders while also ordering her entourage to attack them. It resulted from the 29-year-old claiming that one of the women was having an affair with her husband, the rapper Offset. The attack took place at Angel Strip Club in Flushing, Queens. The rapper was accompanied by two co-defendants, Jeffrey Bush and Tawana Jackson Morrell. Bush will serve 6 months in jail for his part in the assault. Quote, "Part of growing up and maturing is being accountable for your actions," she wrote in a statement. Quote, "As a mother, it's a practice that I am trying to instill in my children, but the example starts with me. I've made some bad decisions in my past that I am not afraid to face and own up to. These moments don't define me, and they are not reflective of who I am now. I'm looking forward to moving past this situation with my family and friends and getting back to the things I love the most, the music and my fans. If she fails to complete community service by January 2023, then she would face jail time." Quote, "The idea is she's going to do something that plays to her strengths in terms of reaching people, particularly young people," lawyer Jeffrey Kern said. Quote, "Positive messages about education, about staying on track." Okay, so that's courtesy of The Guardian, you guys. Okay. Now, we're also going to move on to an old nasty piece of NewYorkPost.com. Okay, and thumbs up the video as you guys are coming into the sanctuary. Shout out to all 350 of you in the building today. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Thursday. Now, according to the NewYorkPost.com, Cardi B pleaded guilty to 2 misdemeanor charges Thursday for her role in a bottle throwing attack at a strip club in Queens. Dressed to the nines in a fitted cream-colored dress, the Bronx-raised WAP rapper opted to assault in the 3rd degree and reckless endangerment in the 2nd degree as part of a deal that allowed her to skirt on jail time. Quote, "I feel like I look good," Cardi said when asked how she felt upon leaving the courthouse. Okay. The 29-year-old hip-hop star was placed on a 3-year order of protection and sentenced to 15 days community service over a brawl in which she allegedly hurled a hookah at 2 bartenders and ordered her crew to assault them in August 2018. Asked by Queens Supreme Court Justice Michelle Johnson if she understood the terms of her plea agreement, the rapper answered yes in a quiet voice. Okay, here it is. You guys can see Miss B in this cream-colored Illuminati high luxury branded ass dress. Okay, Cardi, whose real name is Belcalis Marlenis Almanzar. Okay, I don't know why this bitch sound like a Game of Thrones villain. Nonetheless, has previously faced 12 charges, including 2 felony counts of attempted assault stemming from an alleged involvement in the attack at the Flushing strip club Angels. On Thursday morning, the rapper strode into the courthouse sporting the knee-length dress, matching designer heels, and her signature 2-inch nails while surrounded by her legal team and bodyguard. Her lawyer, Drew Finding, said she'd accepted the plea deal after previously rejecting one in 2020 in effort to simply move on with her life. Quote, "There are too many things that she has planned for her family, for her career, and for the community, and she just felt, quite honestly, that a 3-week jury trial was going to be a distraction from the things that she felt was most important, and so hence we made contact with the prosecution," Finding said after the plea. Okay. The article goes on to read that, quote, "It's been over 4 years and Cardi has really moved to another part of her life. We are talking about a life of being happily married with 2 beautiful children." Inside the courtroom, she sat on a bench and tapped her foot nervously before the hearing, but also chatted, laughed, and turned to say hi to members of the media. The hip-hop heavyweight told reporters she was doing good, smiled, and flashed a quick wave while entering the courthouse earlier in the day, according to footage obtained by the Post. Cardi allegedly hurled a hookah and 2 champagne bottles at 2 bartender sisters and ordered her crew to attack them for supposedly sleeping with her rapper husband, Offset. Girl, I almost worded that like he was a damn pet. Her Offset. So here it is. You can see Cardi girl, you know, tapping her foot, you know, trying not to allow Nicki Minaj's bald-headed whole shit on Twitter over the past few days. You know, to have her going postal and ballistic in the courtroom and teams. You know, trying to keep the lace to the front. You know, pray to Santeria. You know, to the Mother Mary. Make sure that all cash apps have successfully went through. You know, so that she can go home back to her life. Looking quite lovely. Okay. Here it is, you know. Giving it up, you know. Just another day. And another case. Another day and another case. Another case and another day. You know. That's all. Light work. Just light work. Okay. Now, over the course of the lengthy case, which has dragged on in part due to failed 2019 plea negotiations, Cardi has treated the courtroom hearings like a runway photo op, wearing flashy designer pantsuits and furs. In previous court appearances, she arrived decked out in brands like Salvatore, Ferragamo, and Louis Vuitton while carrying a $30,000 Hermes Birkin bag. Okay? Now, girl, the comments under the NewYorkPost.com, they dragged the living shit out of New York Post, okay? Some of the comments were, I think describing her in terms of what she wore and the length of her nails is seriously outstanding reporting of a criminal's plea motion, okay? Someone else wrote under that, describing her clothing and appearance just serves to illustrate once again that the woman has no class whatsoever, okay? Someone else wrote, you can't put pig on a lipstick. Can't put lipstick on a pig, okay? Someone else wrote, she is not a role model for young girls unless you want to be a stripper. Someone else says, why is our legal system so screwed up that it allows for 4 years to settle a simple case? Someone else writes, she needs to be sent to Rikers Island immediately and indefinitely, okay? Someone else writes, oink, oink. Someone else says, nothing says classy like a woman who starts a brawl in a strip club. Someone else writes, more plastic than an ocean of Legos. Disgusting and hideous. Someone else says, that's so funny because she is a hookah. You get it? Hookah. Hookah. My God, today the pettiness was on full throttle, honey. Okay, someone else writes, wow, excellent journalism by the New York Post. Once again, someone else says, in court, the look you want is humbled. Okay? Someone else says, wow, she is so classy and demure. Who would have expected this from her? Oh, wait, we all should have. Okay? Someone else says, America's justice system at its best. By the way, what color nail polish was that? Great coverage of complete and utter non-damn sense. Okay? Someone else says, I loved it when Candace Owens tore her a new one a year ago. Okay? So it goes on and on and on and on, child. Okay? So there it is. She pleads guilty. Now she's accepting a conditional discharge, okay? And as long as she can complete the terms set forth by the judge, Cardi will not have any problems. I believe this will be expunged from her record as well, as long as she complete the terms and the agreements, which in this case are community service, and her also covering the lawyer fees regarding Jade, who is one of the bartenders, who both were sisters in this case. Now, it makes complete sense to me why Cardi is accepting a plea deal, because it damn sure ain't because she's just wanting to get this over with and get back to her life and make some feel good India Ari ass style music, okay? I personally am forced to believe that it's because there is no way in hell that the consequences of a guilty verdict would have been anything less than very serious for her, considering the level of the amount of evidence that was just overflowing from the cup, girl. I mean, you have the testimonies of both the bartenders. There is video footage of the fucking brawl. You have this entire conversation that allegedly took place between Cardi B and a member of her entourage days before the strip club brawl, where they essentially orchestrated and planned this event out on social media. Okay. You also have the testimonies of the security that worked that night, who already had spoke to reporters and given testimony, child, to, you know, who started what. And it definitely seemed like, with all the evidence involved, that Cardi B definitely initiated this retaliatory action based upon a belief that these sisters were in some way, shape, or form inappropriately involved with her husband Offset. Now, I asked the same question in my previous coverage of this case, which was, you know, the fact that these bartenders deserve to have been ganged up on and beat on and punched and have their heads slammed into the bar stools and to have hookahs and glass thrown at them. This was a very, very vicious and violent retaliatory act. And the fact that Offset has been able to leave out of the house without a Band-Aid, without crutches, without a wheelchair, the fact that we're looking at Offset and not able to say, where is your scooter? Where is your scooter? Where is your scooter, Offset? Because where is the insurrection against Offset? And why do you women do this? Now, that's a rhetorical question. I know why. You know, because patriarchy just has women, unfortunately, in the goddamn sunken place when it comes to men. But my God, like, how is it you can have this level of smoke and energy for the woman and the side piece and the coleslaw and the fish sticks, but you don't have this same energy and smoke for the main course? You know, I can appreciate these instances of ghetto-ness in the context of like cheating and infidelity and just, you know, having prison melees and shit. If at least, you know, the smoke was proportionately distributed amongst both the wrongdoer and the one who participated in the wrongdoing. Okay. With Cardi B being a public figure and so is Offset, we know that there's not one single person in this world who doesn't know that Offset is a married man. Okay? So you know you're sleeping with a married man. You know you're sleeping with a man who is involved, period. It's no excuse. Okay? But also, Offset is the one who's actually married and bears more of the responsibility in anything that happens. He's not stumbling into pussy. He's not just accidentally, you know, suicide diving into pussy. You know, he's not. This is all intentional. So I just hate it. It cringes me so bad when I see the men who owe the women something in these cases get away with bloody murder. This man was given $2 million for his 30th birthday. He's been able to live well in a mansion and live off the clout of his wife, who is 7 times more famous and well-known than he ever has been and will be. He was able to maintain a loving relationship to his kids. He was able to continue to dumpster dive into that damn pussy head first every night, while these women had to have this massive violent event orchestrated against them that could have led to permanent injury and could have led to them being fatally injured, and probably also are in some state of PTSD, I would assume as well. That makes no sense. That is a gross miscarriage of justice on Cardi B's part. You know, I at least just would have appreciated an insurrection against Offset too, you know, if she was just gonna deal with it. But more importantly, above that, you know, I would have appreciated her just packing her shit and walking out the door with the kids in tow. Because I don't know what type of nigga is worth all this. I don't fight other niggas when it comes to a nigga. And if I am gonna fight, I'm gonna fight my nigga. First and foremost. If I get an opportunity to slap the other bitch around, I will. But, you know, first priority, you know, if I am going to wake up with violence in me, it's definitely going to be at least directed toward the motherfucker who's laying directly to the right or to the left of me. Before it even goes out anywhere else. Not that I'm condoning domestic violence, but you know, sometimes you do have to do what you have to do. Nonetheless, girl, this ain't about me, okay? So there's that. I guess I'll drop the link. Maybe you guys want to come up. Now, what I'm curious about is why did her homeboy get 6 months in jail while Cardi B gets to take a conditional discharge and be responsible for paying the girl's court fees? And I wonder if there's any other damages connected to that. I am curious to know how Jade and her sister feels. If they just kind of have wanted to put this thing behind them and they're just glad that it's fucking over, or what the tea is. But let me drop the link and let you guys come up. We all knew, as we said yesterday and we said on Tuesday, that Cardi B wasn't going to get no jail time. I mean, who does that? She has the complexion for the protection. She's a woman, she's resourceful, and she has wealth in abundance. So, of course, you know, she wasn't going to do any jail time, okay? Conditional discharge, it is. But if you guys have anything that you want to add, please come up and hit the link real quick, sound off, and then we're done. And then we're back at 5 p.m. If you are in the building, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. I also don't understand sucking and laughing on somebody else like sloppy seconds. I mean, I don't even do leftovers when it comes to food, let alone leftovers when it comes to niggas. So I don't understand this addiction to being with other people's man. Yeah, that's interesting that's a thing, child. Okay, but the link is in the stream if you guys have anything that you want to say. And Tina says she do voodoo. My God, today. Good morning. It's not morning. Good afternoon, Auntie J. How you doing? Welcome to the platform, love. What are your thoughts about Cardi B accepting a conditional charge?
Good afternoon, handsome.
A conditional discharge, my bad.
Conditional my foot. I'm just sick of it. I'm sick of it. Like, why waste the court time, really? Why waste the court's time? We all knew she wasn't gonna get no time. 15 days community service? Really? It's just bad out here. It's bad out here. Unfortunately for the music industry, it's just looking real grim out here in these streets to me. And I don't know what's gonna be next.
A lot, baby. It's gonna be a lot next, Auntie J. We got 3 more weeks of retrograde, so it's gonna be a lot of bald-headed whole shit that's coming up next.
Yes. We got this one over here, so that one. The bloggers on YouTube are doing a phenomenal job. Do you hear me? I don't even watch the damn news no more. I'm on YouTube. I promise you. You know, y'all bring the news with the receipts.
Yeah.
Show us the in-depth report. I appreciate you all. I really do. I'm so glad.
We appreciate y'all. And let me ask you this question, Auntie J, because I don't have a lot of time today, unfortunately. So you believe that Cardi B should be thrown head first into the goddamn penitentiary?
Hell yeah.
Okay.
See, I mean, because she has money, You assaulted people. If that would have happened in my time, it's an automatic misdemeanor, and you doing 6 months because domestic violence is the #1 killer in America of women. So you're automatically doing 6 months. And maybe you'll think about it, but then we got to give homage to, she came into the industry with no training. You know, no one showed her. She was just her natural self. That happened before she became, you know, who she was. So the ends still don't justify the means. These
Well, she
people
was Cardi B at that time because she was married to Offset, and I mean, I don't know about married, but you know, she was Cardi B at that time. But clearly, she's, you know, she definitely has become more famous since 2018. But she was
right. But she was more of her born name, you know. She had to transcend it to Cardi B. She wasn't always, you know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? You have to grow into that. She was still her born name, the name her mama gave her. Mom them gave her. She grew into this person right here. This person right here, I don't know. I don't know why she did all that shit to her face. She was beautiful. I don't know what this man wasn't telling her, but I would have told her something different. I don't know why they do that to themselves, to their
Well, you know
body.
what? I was thinking about that question too, TJ, and then I'm gonna get Anya and Queen Barbara and C Marie in here. But I was thinking about that too. I think that clearly celebrities probably indulge a lot in plastic surgery because they are some of the most filmed and photographed people in the world. And everyday people like ourselves don't have to endure having cameras in our faces and being caught at all type of fucking angles that then get posted to various websites. And so I would imagine that this definitely kind of you know, puts pressure, especially particularly on women who already definitely internalize you know, who internalize beauty standards at a way more severe way than men do in this country. So I think that that's kind of probably why cosmetic surgery, especially for women in the industry, is a really big deal because women are already socialized to be self-conscious and to believe that they have to appear a certain way and be well kept, and then you couple that with celebrity and paparazzi and fandom and music videos and interviews and these 6K ass cameras, and you're constantly having to see images of yourself. It probably forces you to be like,
But they told
you be like, girl, I need to make sure that I can be caught beautifully at every motherfucking angle because these people gonna be taking these folks gonna be filming me on my knees. They're gonna be filming me from the side. They're gonna be filming me from a damn helicopter. I gotta make sure that I'm slayed from every angle, baby.
You gonna catch me with some rollers in my head, some more shit.
I know that's right.
How you see me is how the hell you see me. Right, I'm not doing all that. That's not my authentic self. No, and we knew when we signed up, when we got into the industry, we know what it entails. We know what comes with money. We know there's change, but they be doing the most. I don't know this Cardi. I like the other Cardi on Love and Hip Hop. I like her.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
I see that people are saying that they would have been better off suing her than the criminal suit, but I'm sure that a civil suit is coming for sure. Okay.
I'm hurt. Okay, go ahead.
I'm gonna have to get Anya and then see Marie in here. Anya, welcome to the platform. Thank you for your donation, love. God bless you and your family 10 times fold. What are your thoughts about Cardi B and Conditional Discharge?
I definitely understand why it happened. We know, like you said, the color of protection and all of that, but I'm glad that she actually just took the plea deal. Like, I'm super praying that she's actually a changed woman. I know it's a process and everything, but let's be for real. We all understand and know that she was a hood rat, and acted like a hood rat when she came into this industry. And it's a lesson learned. No one is above the law in a sense, because it could have went a different direction for her, I believe, if she would have not taken the plea deal. And that was just smart of her, because you have some people that just want to, you know, think with their ego and not literally rationally. I think that the young lady should have tried to take another course as far as legal actions, maybe probably so, and maybe that could be the
It's
next thing.
gonna happen.
Yeah,
Especially after they've had a guilty verdict. I'm sure it's coming.
yeah. So, you know, and maybe for them in their pursuit, they may have thought it could have been like a Remy Ma situation, you know, where she could have gotten jail time. But her taking the accountability was very smart, in my opinion. I just, like you said, there's some things that she needs to check within herself as a woman, because I don't necessarily believe that Offset has changed his ways. But if she really takes a look at herself, who she is, as an individual, never like come for the other woman, because at the end of the day, they don't owe you anything. Even though I don't condone, you know, messing with somebody else's man and husbands and all of that, but like it really doesn't serve any purpose to attack the other person, because they
Right.
owe you no loyalty whatsoever.
None.
Or whatever.
Well,
And
my
you know,
question to you, because
go
you
ahead.
have made a statement about you glad that she took the plea deal and that she's kind of accepting responsibility. But I wonder if that's really the case. Like, you know, because
I mean,
is accepting a plea deal and accepting the bare minimum of consequence really accountability? People were injured, people were embarrassed, people were humiliated, people were physically attacked in this case. And I find it interesting that in all the statements she gave, that at least from what's reported, we never saw a direct apology to these women as well.
I mean, I mean, in a sense of just admitting, regardless of what's attached to it, just open, because you have some people with their egos, as we see. Because she feel, I mean, I'm not a fan or anything, and I'm not necessarily against her either. But you know, the ego is really powerful, and she has said some things where she's shown no type of remorse. And just the fact that, yeah, of course, I would take the easy way out too, but you have to look at, you know, her
That's not accountability
name. So it's like you've accepted this stain on your name, although by public opinion, we already know that you have trashy characteristics, or whatever the case may be. But it's just an open form of just admitting, yeah, I'm guilty. Because people egos.
But did she have a choice? The fucking evidence. I mean, she ain't had no damn choice but to be a logical human being to say I'm guilty.
No, I'm glad that you did, because you will be surprised at how some people, whether in celebrity or just in everyday life, you have some people that literally their ego just, you'd be amazed at the fact that they'll just really go so hard to the pavement and just not simply just admit when they are wrong. So although it may have come,
but I'm challenging that, because she didn't do that. Her words had to do with wanting to put this behind her so that she can get back to her fans and her music. It had nothing to do with the actual incident and the dynamics around the incident, the people involved in the incident, her lack of emotional intelligence and maturity in the situation that led into none of that. None of that was there.
But did she not speak on when in her whatever statement she released about her how she came into her taking some type of accountability, that she basically came into this, you know, I don't want to say unhinged, but just
here are her statements. I feel like I look good was one of her statements. I feel like I look good. Okay. I guess that's accountability. And then
I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about because you just read and I was reading when you were saying it.
I'm about to find her words in here. Her lawyer spoke on her behalf and said it's been over 4 years that Cardi has, she's ready to move on with her life. We are talking about a life of being happily married with 2 children, etc.
Not that one.
She also said that she was doing good, and she smiled and winked at the camera, etc. I'm just going through the article here. It might be on The Guardian. Let me see. Okay, here it is. Part of growing up and maturing is being accountable for your actions, she wrote in a statement. As a mother, it's a practice that I am trying to instill in my children, but the examples start with me. I've made some bad decisions in my past, and I'm not afraid to face and own up to. These moments don't define me, and they are not reflective of who I am now. I'm looking forward to moving past the situation with my family and friends and getting back to the things I love. None of that has anything to do directly what led her to being in court and the plight of these two victims in this case.
You're
And
right.
Cardi didn't write that. She did not write that.
Hold on. You're right.
Hold on, you guys. Allow Anya to.
You're absolutely right in the sense that it does not directly speak to that situation, and that's what I'm saying in a whole. Because I don't see that's why I was saying I hope that she actually really does the work, and literally like changes her behavior and her patterns, because I see some accountability. I don't see a full like circle accountability, because yes, she absolutely needs to. For me personally, I do
ain't no accountability. Ain't no accountability in this. She's imagine that somebody had did something to you and their apology is I'm just so happy to be able to move on with my life. Basically, is their apology to you.
You already know my train of thought when it comes to reformation and all of that. I feel like the first steps to doing that, if you want to be rehabilitated, is taking a look at yourself and actually admitting that you have a problem. So although there are certain steps, I personally I appreciate her admitting that, yeah, you did some fucked up shit. Now, you know what I'm saying? Let's move forward and to address what you did to these particular women.
But that's so general. It's like, but she's not providing any new. It's like, that's a statement that we all can make. Like, we all can be like, I've done bad things. It ain't like she went into detail and took any accountability.
I think that's what you're looking for, is the detail of it. Yeah. But I think because she's done so much actual that she just gave a blanket statement. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I totally understand what you're saying, and I definitely agree with what you're saying to an extent. I know that she needs to verbally and publicly, give some apology, not just an apology, because people can apologize and show no type of change within them, which still makes the apology some bullshit. What I'm saying is just a hopeful, because she's been like really trying to, in the past, she really has not taken accountability that she's done anything fucked up.
Thank you.
For me, it does show that there is some type of growth there, where she's saying, I did some fucked up shit. Like, that's what I'm seeing.
This is not a common argument where I called you a bitch and you called me a hoe and we hurled some really nasty things to each other. A woman's head was bashed into a bar stool over and over and over again. Women were sliced up and cut up due to glass and hookahs being thrown at them. And Cardi gets to walk. Hold on. And Cardi's Cardi gets to walk into this situation as a biracial woman, lighter complected woman, and give the most general, vague, I'm not perfect, basically, and what's interesting is that this is the common, and I'm not saying she is an abuser, but it's just funny that people who have a predatory or who have an abusive attitude, this is typically how they take accountability. It's very general. It's I'm not perfect, but get over it. I'm not perfect. Well, what are you not perfect for? Whenever you try to get them to really identify anything that they've specifically done, they can't do that. And I don't take any, that this is not a virtue of her. You're in court, boo, about to be penalized deeply because your actions, they can prove that you're guilty of. You're not doing us a favor by admitting the obvious. You're in court for the obvious. The DA can prove the obvious. So you did what any normal person would do, which is try to slip and slide out of the most egregious versions of the consequences, which is perfectly fine. But if that's what your sentiments are going to be, don't come into the equation giving statements like, I'm taking accountability, because this is not fucking accountability. It's not that. She would have did better not just leaving the word accountability out of it. And then all of this would have been completely fine. But she put the word accountable in there, and that is, or her lawyer did, whoever did it. So then that brings all of this into criticism.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely understand, definitely comprehend what you're saying, and it's nothing to be refuted because you're actually making some very great points. I just wanted me personally, to me, that's a window of opportunity for her to actually do the damn work and to actually show that she's changing. You know, I want to see the work. I want to see the whole process of her actually, because for me, when you say accountability, I need to see the process, the actual work behind it. Because
Any
people say I take accountability and don't actually show that they, you know, the work and how they're taking accountability. So like I was saying, and maybe I didn't convey it in the way that I'm thinking it, but I just want to see the work from henceforth, because it really, for me, it just came off like typical woman's syndrome, where we will really attack each other and never, as you stated earlier, Offset should have gotten all of that work. I mean, in addition to, if you're going to dish it out to the women, he damn sure should have got it, because he was the one that violated you. He violated you. They didn't violate. They did what the hell every other person would have done with an opportunity to f on a freaking, you know, rapper or whatever the case may be. This is nothing that's uncommon, although I don't agree with it. But he took he took vows with you. That's who violated you.
And guess what?
And then she talked about had another child with him. And every time we turn around, I don't necessarily think that is right or wrong. That's her choice to stay with that man. But I just want to see the accountability. I do want to.
What's also interesting about this is the fact that she beat two bitches up over him, and then he's not even reported being in attendance.
Yeah, it's like, you know, but we know what that's
and
about.
Your question as well before I get Auntie Barbara in here. The Juice Radio made a good point and said, question, Tasha Unhinged K said some words and had to pay $4 million. Cardi B physically injured someone and only gets 15 days probation.
Exactly.
Yeah, I want them to sue her. I want them to sue her. And honestly, because like I said yesterday, I feel like she needs to have her karma come back to her as well. I feel that hands down. So I hope they sue her for 20 million.
I really do. Because she is all 15. I didn't know the extent of what this girl had done. But makeup, face up, butt up, none of that shit is changing the inside. And I don't know her personally. This is just my opinion. Sometimes when you a superstar, megastar, or whatever you call it, you have to really look at the man in the mirror. I'm going to take it back to old school, Michael Jackson. And I'm asking him to change my ways. See, it don't happen when you put the makeup on, the nails. None of that changes your ways. It just changes your exterior. You know what I'm saying? And living your life like that, you have to really know when you're who you are. I think they lose themselves in the demeanor that they establish with the public. When they go home and all by themselves or whatever, they still try to act the same way. No, be your goddamn self. That's not you with all that shit on right there. You use your femininity. You think that matters when it really didn't. It was your money. And I don't get it how you get 15 days. 15 days of community service? It's people doing 6 months or better for the very same crime. So I don't get it.
Yeah. It's very interesting. I gotta get
very lopsided. The scales of justice is blind. It really is.
Sure. Yeah, it's a lot of issues here. Miss Now One says the punishment is a part of her accountability. So I would totally disagree with that, because like if I got caught doing something I shouldn't do and my mom put me on punishment, that's not me taking accountability. That's her holding me accountable. That's not me taking accountability because I'm receiving. Hold on.
Sorry.
That's not me taking accountability. So being held accountable and being accountable are two different things. I know they sound alike, they sisters, but not the same thing. But your final thought, Auntie J, and then I gotta get a Queen, a Barbara, and C Marie, and just Naya in here.
I pray that she gets better with herself so she can get the better part of herself, since she want to be a great wife, and start blaming Offset for what he does. I don't believe she took accountability at all. She was forced to take accountability. She didn't come forward and say, I did it. They gave her a plea deal. You know what I'm saying? And like you said, it is a difference. Go ahead, not digress.
Okay. I want to get to C. Marie and then to Queen. C. Marie, welcome to the platform, love. Your thoughts on Cardi B Conditional Discharge?
Hey, Conscious. Hey,
Hey.
Look, what can we say? We already knew this was gonna happen. Yes, she has the complexion for the connection, but it's more so that she has the money for good ass lawyers, and that's why good lawyers pay. I mean, they cost so much. It's because they have access to judges. They have, favors in their pocket. Yeah, she was always going to get off on this. And as far as like her accepting accountability, no, she did not. Because let's think about it. In order for you to truly be accountable for something, you have to know that you did wrong. You have to know what you did wrong, and you have to know why you did the wrong. In order for her to do any of that, she would have to hold her husband accountable, and she's not going to do that, especially publicly. Like, she's just not going to say, oh yeah, it was misplaced anger or whatever. She's just not going to throw the ball in his court. So she's not going to take responsibility or accountability for what she did. She's just not. Like, and I'm gonna say this: I don't hate Cardi. I'm not a huge Cardi fan either. I kind of go back and forth with her, but I have seen growth from her since this incident.
Oh my God.
But I still feel like this particular incident, like, she just a hood chick. Like, she doesn't fully understand. Like, I just think I also think she struggles with that. You know how people have like survivor's remorse? Like, they're not a part of the hood anymore, but they still struggle with having that hood mentality because that's what they're so used to, and that's what all their friends still have, that mentality and stuff. I think she really struggles with that. Like, sometimes Cardi will say something, I'll be like, man, she's really growing up. 2 seconds later, she'll say something else, and I'm like, nah, she ain't growing up. I just think she just goes back and forth. But yeah, we all know that verdict was some BS, especially what she did to them girls. But I already knew it was coming. Like, I don't know what anyone expected. Did y'all really expect her to go to jail? No. And then
No.
just think about Cardi and it's especially because of her complexion. Just like, they put Cardi in like Super Bowl commercials, and like, she really resonates with the white community, the mayonnaise community. You know what I'm saying? Of course, they see her as another hood, good for nothing rapper, but they would at least allow her songs in their car and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So no, nothing was gonna happen to her. She don't see nothing wrong with what she did.
And this is why people like Queen Barbara are very irritated with these type of dynamics as it relates to cases like the way to some people's argument, the disproportionate punishment on Unhinged with Tasha K for simply talking shit, while you see Cardi get to actually be physically aggressive and put people's lives in actual danger. Fuck just bruising your ego and annoying your ass on the internet. You actually came out of the screen and into people's real experiences, and you pretty much get a tap on your ass while I'm having to flee to Nigeria and put my damn businesses in my great grandma-in-law's name, like, just because. And I think there's something to be said there.
I mean, that's what all celebrities go through. I mean, these celebrities get away with murder. Just think, the only thing these celebrities really don't get away with is tax evasion. Now, if they try to evade some taxes, they going straight to jail. Other than that, it could be SA, it could be attempted killings, attempted taking someone's life. It could be robbery. It could be the most like craziest crimes ever. And somehow they just seem to like skate by. Now, they don't pay the government their taxes, their ass is going straight to jail. But other than that, that's why I didn't expect her to go to jail. Just think, like, Remy Ma went to jail. One, Remy Ma's a dark-skinned hood chick, and Remy Ma didn't have money like Cardi has money. Like, Cardi has the money to get these high-priced lawyers. Like, No offense to Tasha K and Tasha K child. That's a whole nother story.
If you let her say, she spent over $1 million herself in battling.
Come on now. If nothing else, we all know that Tasha K be lying her ass off. I'm not saying she not making good money on YouTube. She ain't making money, effing Cardi B money on YouTube. She just not. She could play these little stupid games all she want to. But
we also know that there is also a racial element to the broken, criminal justice system of America, KKK, and it's just interesting watching the litigations between a lighter complected woman and the litigations between a darker complected woman.
Yeah, and then just I really feel like people like Cardi B and a lot of these rappers, they just pawns in the system. Like they some of the biggest players of destroying our community and supremacy. Like they some of the biggest contributors to supremacy. That's the word I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because they want Cardi B to be the face of black women. They want little young black girls to look at her and be like, oh, I'm gonna have my 5-inch nails and I'm gonna be fighting over some man that's gonna always cheat on me and hot girl some of this and busted wide open that. Like they want her to be on Super Bowl commercials and Pepsi commercials, and they want her to be out there reading children's books and stuff like that, so little black girls can be like, oh, I could someday be a hoe too. They not about to send her to jail. She out there doing the Lord's work for them. Like,
Amen. And on that note, I think that's a great transition note. Now, speaking of that, Miss Barbara, you was on the same shit the other day, so I'm sure you have a lot. I'm sure that you have a lot to say.
I'm in tears. I'm actually in tears. I'm in tears because what I'm thinking about is two beautiful black women that was dressed to their best and was attacked and beat in a club, and this girl once again gets away with that. She gets away with that. Assaulted two black girls. You understand me? Beating them up. No, because I'm looking, y'all don't understand what United States government is doing to black Americans. It's not right. And it's not right that people have money to destroy people. You understand? Right. And then assault somebody like that. I have daughters. Look at your daughters. Would you want somebody banging their head on a bar, getting them cut with hookah glasses, and then not getting no justice?
Right.
But let me tell you something. That money that they're going to be able to sue for, that's probably what they want more than justice. I hope not, because they brainwashed to want that. But this is their opportunity. They gave them a figure. It's 16 million. They need to sue this thing for, because being that she lost and took this plea is already there. Slam dunk. It's just the amount of money she gonna have to give up.
Yeah.
I hope some lawyers get on her side. And I'm in tears because, in Harlem, New York, I walked past a famous library and a famous black school. And they threw away books like Raisin in the Sun, To Kill a Mockingbird. They threw away our black history in Harlem, and they took Harlem away from us. It is now Soto. And the true black Americans don't have no rights to nothing. And now we got about 10,000 more displaced, unfortunate immigrants that's going to be on top of us again. If black people do not unite and stick together, know that I'm serious. Logic asked me a question. Did I have lawyers? You damn right. I had my lawyers from Equal Opportunity Center when these lawyers violated my civil rights. Okay? It's not right. And I'm just tired of it.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm curious to know how much money she is, because the articles did not mention any other payouts aside from her covering the legal fees of the plaintiffs in the case. So
that's got to be a total separate lawsuit.
Yeah.
That's a total separate
but I'm
thing.
also curious to know how much legal fees she will be paying out. And it's only speculative right now that there maybe they won't be a civil suit. Who knows?
But no, never. It's definitely going to be a civil suit. What? Please.
I don't.
Why she trying to get her money from Tasha? Because she gonna need it. She gonna need about 4 times that amount.
Yes, she is.
Tasia asked a great question, and I want to get to just Naya as well. But she said, "Why are you Black women not blaming yourselves for propping Cardi B up to where she is, knowing how the system is? Does Black woman community need to take responsibility for the existence and the personification and the sensationalism of a Cardi B, since her demographic is Black culture?"
Yes, we do.
She gotta stop letting them pimp her out. She gotta stop letting them pimp her out. When she want somebody to suck on something in the video, there she go with a beautiful Black girl. She gotta stop. Give it to she gave it to the Kardashians last time. Give it to them. Give your video jobs to them. Leave the Black.
Ms. Robert, this where me and you disagree. I hate the fact that our community blames them so much. Yes, they have a major part in what's going on in our community, but we need to stop falling for the BS. The way Black people talk about white people is like they have this ultimate control over us, this ultimate mind control over us. And we just do whatever they
do. They do it with this. Come on, man. They do it with the commercials. They do it with their programming. They do it with they do it. Now they trying to shut us down so we can't get no information on the YouTube by using these things like Cardi B to destroy.
Come on, man. That's why I don't agree with you. How long we been having this conversation in the Black community that we know that they're doing this? So why we still falling for it? Because let me tell you why I kind of agree with that statement that she made is I feel like Black men have the same struggle, right? And this is where I kind of agree with you in a sense, since we are beat down so much by society and other races and each other and the system and blah, 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 blah. It goes on and the list just goes on and on, right? That we try to prop each other up. But we end up propping up the wrong people. And I'm guilty of this too. I'm like, but I also was younger. I was like, yeah, Cardi, she's a Black woman, blah, blah, blah. And all these other rappers and no good Black people in our community, I rooted for them simply because of the color of their skin, not realizing that I'm really rooting for the thing that's damaging our community. You know what I'm saying? Like now that I'm older, I'm like, man, yeah, I was rooting for her Black womanhoodness. And not just her, this goes for all Black women that's out there just being trash as people. I was rooting for their Black womanness, but they have ugly souls. So why am I rooting for somebody simply because we share the same skin color? That's the people I need to be kind of condemning, saying that's not the representation of us. You know what I'm saying? Hey, get your bag how you want to get your bag, but society, please know that is not the representation of a Black woman. It's just not.
It also hurt my feelings to hear my Black sister on this panel predict Cardi B to be a person that is in remorse and will learn remorse. Did she not hear this thing wasn't even going to take the plea until she heard our live?
I don't think she should have been given a plea.
She wasn't even going to take that plea.
Right. She's a coward.
She's going to take that plea. Because that's
how
about what she did to them girls. She don't care.
Right. How many other women you gonna beat down for that?
Understand nothing about that.
Wait a minute, he's supposed to be protecting you. You out here acting a fool for him. He still turn around and do what he do, and you
never going to stop. And never is going to stop. Never is going to stop. Stop playing.
You stay.
Okay, you guys, hold on, because we got 2 other new panelists, but I do want to make a comment to a commenter in the stream who said that Black women's community cannot be accountable because Black women do not control the music industry or record labels. But it's not just about the power that the labels have. to sign these artists is about then who becomes the people that make them famous, who become the people that buy their records, who become the people who attend their concerts, who become the people who request their music played on radio stations, who become the consumers.
The Pied Piper.
So it's a working relationship between the label and the consumers. So consumers are never without responsibility in the matter because they have to sell this stuff to somebody.
Right.
And people have to actually buy what's being sold and pitched to them. So there's that. But we have a lot of people here now. I want to get to Team Cardi, I Am King, Kimberly, and then Be True. Team Cardi, welcome back to the platform, love. I'm sure you are happy that you're queen. Hey, bro. Hey, love. I'm sure this is good news for you. How you feeling?
I love it. So I'm so happy that she ain't getting no jail time. Okay, I don't think anybody should wish any jail time on anybody. You know, it's unfortunate how we wish with jail time on Cardi B like that. A person who's is a human being like everybody else. Just because those two girls couldn't keep their mouth shut, they kept instigating her. And she had to defend herself. I don't understand why so much hate on Cardi B. Why? Why you guys wish
come up? Hold on, y'all.
My goodness.
Team Cardi. Hold on. Hey. Hold on. Allow me to bring some order to this chat. Please allow everybody to complete their sentiments first and foremost. Team Cardi, also, are you talking through a microphone? Because it sounds, I don't know, it's like you sound kind of far in a way, but not really, but kind of like you on speakerphone or something.
Oh, let me see. I think it's probably my Bluetooth. Hold on.
Okay, and wow.
I would like that.
I'm hold on, because I'll feedback. So I got some bad feedback. I hear myself. Whatever that is wrong. Hold on. Let me see if I can straighten this out real quick. Because we got. Nope, it's not. Hello. Okay, yeah, it's it's Team Cardi. Okay, Team Cardi had just dropped down. Okay, so
she dropped down. Damn.
Yeah, she was trying to get her Bluetooth and stuff situated, but let me go on to I Am King. Welcome to the platform, I Am King. Your thoughts on Conditional Discharge?
Yeah, the last caller. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, that last caller was tripping. But
thank you.
This whole thing is really tripping me out. It's really tripping me out, but it's not because I don't really get into it. Well, I've been getting into it because everything that's been happening the past weekend, with everything. But the fact that I ain't even, I agree with her on one thing with the justice system when it comes to you can't really be mad at. We know we wanted to do time on a certain time, but that's the law. You know what I'm saying? That's the law, whatever. However, my thing is our community, the Black community. How do we sit up here and allow this woman to constantly cosplay as a Black woman, go into court dressed as a white woman, put on face, and get away with this? And my thing about it, like if you look on Twitter is eating it up. Oh, fashion this, fashion that. Like that's sickening. And I kind of like Cardi. You know what I'm saying? That's to me that's sickening. And the other piece of that, a while ago, when she went on that rant, everybody ate it up when she was eating up Nikki about this same situation. She's a liar. She's this. She's that. Lo and behold, once again, she's been proven right. And we always calling this woman, a Black woman, crazy this, crazy that. They don't want to listen. They don't want to. I kind of seen that because I thought she was crazy too. But if you really break down and listen to what she's saying, she's not crazy. These people are tripping. And we allowed this black woman to come up in here and pretty much use just to get a bag. Just to get a bag. She's not even can't nobody tell me she want to be like a real hardcore rapper. She's a high class social media influencer. She's not really here for our culture. And we constantly let her do this, call black women this, do that. And we sit up here and allow her to cosplay with the hair, the wigs, this. But when it's time to face what you say you gangster, right? I think she's supposed to be a gangster. But when it's time to go up there and do your big one, you go white woman. And Twitter is eating it up. This fashion thing is killing me. Like it's like it was a photo shoot like this. That's like them black women, they have families to feed as well. And sometimes stuff need to be held accountable. You need to be held accountable. But the community needs to hold her accountable. I'm not necessarily mad at the court thing, because if I did something, then I got less time. And I got
that's a good point that you just made, I Am King, about the power of community. We know that the criminal justice system is going to let us down, but I think that that should not allow us to believe that we don't have some type of say-so and impact, because there is social impact on these celebrity figures as well.
Especially for somebody that can't. Like, come on, can't even. She can probably make a bop, but that girl can't rap like that. Like, we really have to stop allowing. And it's not just her; it's other people. Media. We have to allow to stop that, because they make us look like a fool in the end.
And before you say that, to a commenter in the stream who was saying, "Did people really expect Cardi to go to jail?" I think the point people are making is that they just want this lopsided justice system to keep the same fucking energy. It shouldn't matter if you're a celebrity. It shouldn't matter if you're a wealthy person. It shouldn't matter if you have the complexion for the protection. None of that stuff should matter. And minority people are just sick of seeing the disproportionate sentencing of their own people as it relates to everybody else. Whether that's a wealthy person, whether that's a famous person, whether that's a lighter complected person, people just want the system to keep the same energy. For everybody, period.
The same energy, period. Just like, but everybody was ready to crucify what's that lady name, Nicki Minaj, over that situation. She hasn't went to jail yet. She's been proven right in a court of law. But everybody still, to this day, that's all I see on my timeline. Like, they want her to go to jail, they want her to pay, they want her to do this, they want her to do that. But this is a key. Women getting and like I forgot the woman's the other woman that was speaking. Like she said, I didn't know the full extent of what actually happened.
$9. That's right.
But
Shelly, please come on.
Like, you bashed, like, are you serious? And you got 15 days. And then what's even sick, you go yesterday and try to do a media stunt, like you helping out kids and stuff like that. And that's going on. That's community service.
Exactly.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I ain't even put that two and two together.
Conscious, I gotta put this out here, because I live in a community of immigrants, beautiful people. You understand? But when one of our black people was killed, you know what they was doing? Barbecuing in our property that the government gave them. They cared less. And just like Miss Bacardi, little superstar that comes up here and try to say it's okay that she assaulted two black girls, who gives a F? If Cardi B was Foxy, black ass brown, and those little girls was little mayonnaise getting beat the hell out behind a bar, she would not have that same energy.
They did. Okay? Look, him did it. They sent him to jail.
But see, I got a whole different justice system, so I would never have to worry about nothing like that. Trust that.
Well, sir, you touched on that, because Nicki has been online trying to antagonize the fuck out of Cardi B, and there have been all these interesting photo ops of Cardi B with kids and backpack programs and back to YouTube program stuff. And as somebody else said in the stream earlier, Cardi B actually been doing community service for a while now. So it's interesting how you had tied that up. That it ain't that. Yeah.
It ain't what it's saying. It's a stunt. It's a stunt. It's a stunt.
Right, they told her to do that, I believe, to make it look good. She had someone to tell her. Wow.
I'm just upset. I'm just disappointed.
So let me ask y'all this question. Before I get to Kimberly, what should have happened then? Like, what would y'all have, and swiftly and professionally, what would y'all have wanted to see happen to Cardi B under these particular circumstances?
6 months.
6 months in jail. Okay. Queen Barbara.
6 months in jail with no
5 years probation.
5 years probation.
That's
okay.
Right.
See,
I think she should have got some probation.
5 years probation.
She should have definitely got jail time. I don't know like the standard, like how many years or whatever, but she physically assaulted anybody who put them their hands on them girls should have went to jail because they assaulted some girls. Blank period.
Yeah, you
should not have been no 15.
If you're gonna let it rock, 5 years probation. That means for 5 years she got to be that good little person that everybody's
right.
Is
15 days.
And
that's
this
like a spit in the face.
And this was an intentionally orchestrated event.
Right, dude. I think it was all a media play. It was all a media play.
In terms of
outfits and everything.
In terms of the actual altercation, that this was completely premeditated.
Yeah. So, do anybody know if those girls was in the courtroom?
To me, she's not gonna learn no lesson from this. She's just gonna take it like, phew, I got away that time, and maybe not do it again. But she ain't learning no lesson from there.
Consciouztv, I gotta introduce you to my sister, Shelly from the block. Come on, Shelly, hit the link. Come on up and tell us about our blackness.
That's Miss Danger. Don't anybody know if the girl she assaulted was in the courtroom? Or
I didn't.
I don't think so.
That either one of the women were present. Yeah, and
because that would have been crazy.
And Offset
that would have been crazy.
There is even more crazy to me.
You know what? I was just about to say something about Offset CTV. I got a question for the panel. Do y'all think they are just Hollywood married? Because he ain't never by her side for nothing. None of the court cases. And she be ranting and raving online. I don't ever see him say, boo, it's okay, or nothing. Like, he just be letting her out there just flapping in the wind.
I mean, her position is the right check.
Hold on, you guys. I want to insert this super quick since it had got brought up. Just the Essence.com. Alabama man has been serving a life sentence for the last 38 years for stealing $9.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, an Alabama man has served 38 years and counting for a life sentence without eligibility for parole due to a robbery he committed in 1982 at the age of 25. He was even younger than Cardi B was. He stole 9. Journalist Beth Shelburne brought Willie Simon's shocking and unconscionable story to Twitter on Saturday in a thread that has since gone viral. According to Shelburne, Simons, who had 3 prior non-violent convictions, was prosecuted under Alabama's controversial habitual offender law, with the court deciding that he should be in prison for life. And guess what? He don't got the complexion for it. The fucking protection.
The blood of Jesus.
And this is why some of our people are outraged under these circumstances.
Exactly.
That's the dynamics. Right. You have a man, you have a black man who committed a non-violent offense who is serving a life sentence without eligibility of parole, while somebody got their head bashed into schools and walls, and an event was completely premeditated, and hookah and glass and everything else was thrown at them. Even alleged hitmen were hired and paid to do this, etc. And yet,
I wish that Larry Reed would contact them girls and help them and tell them to sue her. Why won't Larry? Would you please ask Larry to help them girls sue this girl?
They gonna do it anyway.
I'll pass.
No, Larry need to be involved. They'll be more directly. They'll get it. He'll get the job done. We don't need a Ben Kemp. We need a Larry to get this done. He know what to do. But this don't make no kind of sense.
At
I'm
all.
sure them girls got lawyers beating their doors down to sue Cardi.
And you would think so, but believe
They
me,
do.
believe me, you
Like
probably
we really don't know the inside scoop of it.
don't. Nobody
I know
care about us.
but I know this. I hope them girls get their justice with the coins, honey. Because they damn sure didn't get it through the court. So since I can't get it through the court, let me get it through the coins.
I agree.
Let me get to the oh damn, I was just about to get to Kimberly. Kimberly, if you want to hit the link, boo, because I'm gonna have to wrap up. I gotta get ready for another live stream. But what are you guys' final thoughts on this issue? What should happen going forward?
I just think we gotta do better.
For that crime he committed years ago for some damn $9. I got $9. That don't look damn.
Okay, let me know when my turn is, and I'm gonna say it.
We just have to do. We got to do better, and we gotta. When they say protect Black women, listen to Black women. We have to actually do it, because there's a lot of Black women y'all call crazy, and not just Nikki, just a lot of just a lot of other people that we call crazy. This, that, and other people out here pulling stunts because this person is popular or whatever. She's the main thing or whatever. I think we just ignore a lot of stuff.
Well, I think wait a minute, let me say this and then you go ahead, Barbara. For once in our life, we have got to start holding a woman accountable for what the hell we do. We get away with murder, okay? And depending on the complexion you are, your chances are better. It's so sad, but it's so true. Accountability. That's what I'm saying. Not forced accountability, taking accountability.
We as Black Americans have to start fighting for our civil rights, not that fake organization that claims that our Black lives matter to them and stole all our money. You understand? We just need a serious new movement of, just like the Black Panthers, somebody that really love and care. These men are still in jail right now for this day, the blood that they shed to feed kids school lunch. Right now, kids are getting school lunch because of them men risking their lives and dying in the name of a Black Panther, making sure kids get breakfast in the morning. Moving forward, we must not allow things like this. We must expose this case, bring her out in the public as Instagram, Twitter, and everything. Blow her up on the internet and demand justice. So when these children get their lawsuit, they could get like 16 million from her. Because I'm tired of us just being slandered and not fighting for our civil rights. And then people will stop playing with us. See what they doing? They killing us and giving a couple of million for one person at a time. We have to sue as a generation for the treason and genocide against the ghettos of America, for taking our property, taking our communities, killing our kids, locking them up in jail, and that justice system for never giving us justice in these courts. And that's that. We got to start fighting for that. I'm going to say this and I'm going to leave it. A beautiful dear king of mine is going into the military, and I cried because I asked him, first of all, why would you even sign up for Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton to live lovely in America? Let their ancestors fight. Why won't you just live nice and let them fight for this shit? Okay, because all they're using you to do is terminate your life. That's the only thing war is for, designed to terminate man's life. Enough is enough. Black people got to unite. Stop being crabs in the barrel. This beautiful baby right here, Shelly from the block, when y'all get to this lady and hear her information, how she going to educate you on your history, your real, true Black history is amazing. It's amazing. Thank you.
Thank you for that, Miss Barbara.
Okay.
I thank you guys for coming up. This was epic. I do have to get out of here. Shout out to all of the panelists. Absolutely, Auntie J. It was good to see you, boo. Hopefully, Cardi B can, hopefully Cardi, hopefully she makes it real, child. Cardi is always apologetic, and then she's back on her bald-headed hoe shit, arguing with Barb still. Got time to be on Twitter while in court releasing a statement saying that she's ready to move forward and get back to her music and fans. Well, arguing with your trolls all day is definitely not getting back to the goodness of the Lord. All these men and women have more than what any average person is ever going to have in life, and it's unacceptable for them to act as if that's not the case. I really don't. Sometimes I look at all of these people, I look at the niggas, I look at the women, and I say, why did we help to get any of these people out of the barrel? Because they're acting like they are from where they're from. So if you were still going to struggle at the fucking top, it was really no need for us to legislate your ass to the top. You could have stayed down here with the rest of fucking us if y'all was going to be throwing shoes and shit and fighting at award shows and beating the hell out of each other in fucking clubs and shooting each other and every goddamn thing else. So it just goes to show that truly you can take the person out of the hood, but you can't take the poverty, you can't take the trauma, you can't take the insecurity out of the person. That stuff has to truly be rehabilitated, and money and wealth and fame does not cure up the drama and the trauma of the damn soul. So I think a major clapback in terms of us as a melanated community, as it relates to our superstars, a way that we can do them justice is by stop buying what the fuck they're selling. Since you want to act like a broke poet, bitch, let's make you poor and broke again, bitch. Let's make you poor and broke again, nigga. Since you want to act broke and poor, okay? And you got poor and broke folk who don't even carry themselves with this level of indecency. I mean, woo child the ghetto. But let's bring you back into the physical circumstances that are a true reflection of your psychological circumstance. Because there ain't no need to keep making these folk rich. It's really not. No need to keep doing so. So I clearly it's all bullshit. Nicki Minaj already done gaslit Cardi ass on Twitter. So it's just, all of it is bullshit. All of it is whatever. This was not accountability. Cardi is acting just as immature today as she ever was. The only difference now is that now, because she has this conditional discharge, she gonna try her best to just stay out of explicit trouble, because now she got a wall that her back is now up against. So now she all on this, take it up with your mama, don't take it up with me. You ain't putting an ad on it, I ain't being bothered. Backpacks and schools and back to school and all this kind of shit. And even under these circumstances, she's still with the petty shit. But we'll see what it really gives. But nutty. System, got to keep the same energy, but we're going to have to overturn that motherfucker too, as we're going to have to overturn every goddamn thing in this damn system. All of that shit got to be overturned, honey. It's got to turn the whole goddamn table over, baby. The forks, the plates, the good china, all that shit just got to hit the floor. All of that shit got to be broken up to be rebuilt again in the way that it should be built upon. But Cardi B pleads guilty, takes conditional discharge, she got some probation time. As long as she can complete her terms and everything, she'll be fine. And she has to pay the legal fees of the two victims in the case. Will they be taking up a civil issue with her? We will definitely see. We'll definitely see. Okay. Thumbs up this video. Subscribe if you're new here. And I will see you guys in 45 minutes, honey. We'll be getting into some more things. Peace.